The power of living beyond yourself in a world that constantly emphasizes success, fame, and personal achievement. It's easy to forget one powerful truth. The greatest lives ever lived were not those who accumulated the most, but those who gave the most. They lived not for applause, but to leave a mark on people's hearts. They lived to inspire others. This mindset, often associated with great leaders like Billy Graham, is about something deeper than personal gain. It's about living with purpose, guiding others through your actions, and becoming a beacon of hope and direction in a chaotic world. You don't have to be a public figure to be influential. True influence starts in the quiet decisions you make, in how you treat others, and how you rise after each fall. To live to inspire others means choosing a life of integrity, service, humility, and courage. It is not the easy path, but it is the one that brings lasting fulfillment. This is your call to rise higher. Not just for yourself, but for everyone who watches your life. The power of living beyond yourself. What does it mean to live beyond yourself? Living beyond yourself means waking up each day and asking, how can I add value to someone else's life today? It's understanding that real greatness comes not from what you accumulate, but from what you contribute. The most influential people are not necessarily the wealthiest or the loudest. They are the ones who carry themselves with quiet strength, uplifting others through the power of example. Billy Graham lived this way, not chasing personal fame, but using his voice to awaken something within others. His life wasn't about himself, it was about something bigger. That's why people still talk about him. He didn't need to be flashy, he only needed to be authentic. You see, the modern world can trick you into thinking that your worth comes from what you post, how many followers you have, or what kind of car you drive. But true leadership, true impact, is felt, not flaunted. To live beyond yourself is to live with empathy. It's to choose to listen more than you speak, to serve more than you are served. It's realizing that your words, your time, and your attention have the power to shape someone else's life. Think about the people who have truly inspired you. Chances are, they didn't do it by showing off their success. They inspired you because they showed character in hard times. They stayed kind when they could have been bitter, and they lifted others even while they were struggling themselves. That's the legacy worth chasing. That's the kind of life that changes the world, one person at a time. Becoming a person of influence. Influence is not reserved for the rich or famous. It is within reach for anyone willing to live intentionally. Becoming a person of influence does not happen overnight. It is built through consistent actions, small moments, and daily choices that align with your values. So how do you become someone who naturally inspires others? 1. Develop unshakable character. People don't follow words, they follow example. Your character is your loudest message. It speaks when you enter a room, when you make a decision, and when you respond to challenges. Developing unshakable character means doing what's right even when it's inconvenient. It means keeping your promises, even when no one would know if you broke them. It means standing for truth, even if you stand alone. Character cannot be borrowed or faked. Sooner or later, it shows. Those who live with integrity earn a reputation that outlives them. 2. Serve without expecting anything in return. We live in a transactional world. Many people do good things only when there's something in it for them. But the people who truly inspire us are those who give freely. Their time, their encouragement, their help. Ask yourself daily, who can I help today, without expecting praise or repayment? This habit alone will transform how others see you and how they feel about themselves. Service softens hearts and opens doors that ambition alone cannot. 3. Be authentic. People crave realness. They are tired of perfect filters and scripted smiles. If you want to inspire others, don't try to appear flawless. Talk about your struggles as well as your victories. Authenticity builds trust, and trust builds influence. When people trust you, they listen to you. And when they listen, you have the chance to plant seeds of hope, courage, and change. 4. Speak life. Your words have power. They can heal or hurt. They can lift up or tear down. Every day you have a choice to speak life into someone's dreams or to kill their confidence. Become intentional with your words. Compliment genuinely. Offer correction gently. Let people walk away from conversations with you feeling stronger, not smaller. Overcoming self-doubt. Even the greatest leaders face doubt. The difference is that they don't let doubt decide their actions. Many people hold back from inspiring others because they believe they are not good enough or ready enough. They wait until they feel perfect before they step forward, but perfection never comes. The truth is, you don't have to be perfect to inspire. You just have to be real and willing. Billy Graham often reminded people that human flaws do not cancel out the ability to lead or encourage others. In fact, your flaws can make your message more relatable. People see your scars and realize they, too, can rise above theirs. To overcome self-doubt. 1. Remember, it's not about you living to inspire, is not about drawing attention to yourself. It's about pointing people to hope, possibility, and better choices. When you take the spotlight off yourself, fear loses its grip. 2. Focus on one person. Instead of worrying about changing the world overnight, focus on helping one person today, one encouraging word, one kind gesture, one patient conversation. Influence multiplies quietly. Keep growing, be a lifelong student. Read, listen, reflect, surround yourself with people who challenge you to grow. The more you invest in your own development, the more valuable you become to others. Growth builds confidence, and confidence weakens doubt. Building a legacy of inspiration. A legacy isn't built in a day. It's built in how you live each day. To live to inspire others is to build a life that continues to speak even after you're gone. Your legacy isn't your job title, your bank account, or your social media following. It's how you made people feel. It's the lessons you passed down. It's the values you lived by. Billy Graham's legacy wasn't his popularity. It was his consistency, humility, and message of hope. That kind of legacy is available to anyone who lives with intention. Here's how to start building a lasting legacy of inspiration. 1. Live consistently with your values. Don't be one person in public and a different person in private. People may not notice every detail of your life, but they will feel the weight of your integrity. The most inspiring people are those who remain the same, whether praised or criticized, seen or unseen. A strong legacy starts with a clear foundation. Ask yourself, what do I want to be known for? What kind of example do I want to set for my children, friends? Once you define your values, live them. Let them shape your decisions and your direction. 2. Multiply your influence. You don't have to change the world by yourself, but you can start a chain reaction, and that person may go on to inspire hundreds more. That's how true change happens. Quietly. Patiently. Over time. Teach what you know. Share your story. Mentor someone younger. Support someone struggling. Be a guide, not just a voice. When you choose to multiply your influence through others, your legacy grows beyond anything you could do alone. 3. Don't let pain make you bitter. Every inspiring legacy is built through storms. Pain has a way of either making you bitter or making you better. Choose better. When you go through pain and still choose to show kindness, patience, or faith, you inspire people far more than you realize. Some of the most powerful moments in your life will be how you respond when life is hard. That's when people are watching most closely. That's when your legacy is being written in real time. 4. Be present in people's lives. You don't have to give the perfect advice or always have the right words. Sometimes, just being present, showing up when it matters, the most inspiring thing you can do. Be the friend who calls, the parent who listens, the stranger who smiles, the mentor who shows up. Small acts of presence can leave large footprints in someone's life. Section 5. Living for something greater. At the core of every inspiring life is a sense of purpose that transcends self. When you live for something greater than your own comfort, your life becomes magnetic. People are drawn to your courage, your clarity, and your commitment. Living for something greater doesn't mean you need a title, a stage, or a spotlight. It means you live each day with a mission to give more than you take, to heal more than you harm, and to lift more than you lean. Ask yourself, what moves me? What am I willing to sacrifice for? What would I do even if no one ever thanked me? The answers to these questions will point you toward your deeper why. When you find it, live it. People don't need more celebrities. They need examples. They need someone who shows what it looks like to love deeply, work honestly, endure hardship, and still smile. That kind of life is rare. That kind of life changes people. And you don't need permission to start. How to inspire without saying a word. Sometimes the most powerful inspiration comes not from what you say, but from how you live when no one is watching. And when everyone is watching, your actions speak in a language clearer than words. They reveal what you truly believe, value, and stand for. You can preach 1,000 speeches, but one act of quiet integrity or unexpected kindness can reach deeper than all your speeches combined. So how can you inspire without saying a word? 1. Lead by example. Be the first to arrive and the last to leave. Do the hard things nobody wants to do. Keep calm when everyone else loses their heads. Be gracious under pressure. When others see how you carry yourself in stress, conflict, or temptation, you give them courage to stand taller themselves. People will forget your advice long before they forget your example. 2. Handle criticism with grace. One of the marks of inspiring people is how they deal with unfair criticism. Do you retaliate? Do you gossip back? Or do you stay calm, refusing to let bitterness take root? Billy Graham endured plenty of criticism in his life. He did not waste time on petty arguments. He stayed focused on his mission. This quiet resolve made him even more admirable. When you respond to negativity with calm dignity, you teach others how to live above their circumstances. 3. Be reliable. Be the person others can count on. If you promise, deliver. If you're needed, show up. If you make a mistake, own it quickly. Reliability is rare in a world full of excuses and blame shifting. It builds trust faster than charisma ever could. 4. Simply love deeply. Many people believe inspiration comes from big gestures and dramatic sacrifices. But true inspiration often looks ordinary. A parent working quietly to provide for a family. A friend who forgives instead of holding a grudge. A neighbor who helps without expecting anything back. A simple, loving life reminds people that goodness still exists, and it gives them courage to be good too. Facing failure without losing faith. No one inspires forever by pretending to be flawless. In fact, failure is an essential part of a legacy that inspires. When people see you stumble and stand back up, that's what moves them. When you lose but refuse to quit, that's what they remember. When life hits you hard and you keep your heart soft, that's what stays with them. So how can you face failure in a way that builds your influence instead of destroying it? 1. Own it quickly. Don't hide behind excuses. Admit your mistakes honestly. People respect truth more than perfection. Your willingness to admit wrongs shows strength of character and humility, both qualities that inspire deep trust. 2. Learn and grow. Failure is not the end unless you make it the end. Let each setback teach you something about yourself, your craft, or your relationships. Then use that lesson to help others avoid the same pitfall. In doing so, your failure becomes not a stain, but a stepping stone, not just for you, but for everyone who learns from your journey. 3. Keep showing up. Consistency is rare in a world of quick exits. When life goes wrong and you keep showing up, at work, at home, for your friends, you send a silent but powerful message. Resilience is possible. This alone is enough to inspire people to keep going in their own storms. Section 80. Inspire through listening. People think you have to be a great speaker to inspire. But often the greatest inspiration comes from being a great listener. People are hungry to be heard. They long for someone who will listen without judging, fixing, or interrupting. When you offer that, you become a safe place. And safe places are rare and powerful. Here's how to inspire through listening. Give your full attention. Put away distractions. Don't rush to give advice. Let them finish. Make them feel important by remembering what they say. Show empathy. Let your eyes and posture say, I care. Being heard changes people. It heals wounds and revives hope. When you master the art of listening, you build influence without saying a single word. Your daily commitment to inspire inspiration is not a one-time act. It's a daily decision. It is formed in the habits you build and the mindset you nurture. The goal is not to impress people once, but to live in a way that leaves a trail of hope wherever you go, day after day. Here's how to make inspiring others part of your daily life. 1. Begin each day with intention. Before the world demands your time, take a few quiet moments each morning to ground yourself. Ask, who can I encourage today? What kind of person do I want to be today, no matter what happens? Setting your mind before the chaos starts gives you the strength to respond, not just react. 2. Look for small opportunities. Inspiration isn't always about grand gestures. Sometimes it's holding the door for someone burdened. Sending a kind message to a friend who seems distant, thanking the cashier genuinely, listening with patience when you're busy. These tiny sparks added up light a bigger fire than any single act of heroism. 3. Be mindful of your words and actions. Remind yourself throughout the day. Someone is watching how I handle this moment. Your patience with a rude customer. Your calm during traffic. Your honesty when no one would know if you lied. Each choice whispers to others, this is how to live better. 4. End each day with reflection before you sleep. Ask yourself, did I lift someone up today? Where did I fall short? How can I do better tomorrow? This daily accountability keeps your life aligned with your purpose to inspire. Passing it on. An inspired life never keeps its light to itself. It passes it on. That's how movements begin. Families are strengthened. Communities are healed. Teach what you live, your story, your scars, your victories. They have value. Share them openly. Mentor someone younger. Write your lessons down. Teach your children through your actions. You don't have to be perfect to teach. You only need to be honest. 2. Encourage others to lead. Inspiring others isn't about gathering followers. It's about creating more leaders. When you see potential in someone, speak it out. Many people never realize their worth until someone points it out. Become that someone. 3. Celebrate progress. People blossom where they are appreciated. Praise others for their efforts, not just results. Celebrate small wins. This builds confidence and courage in them and makes them more likely to inspire others in turn. Staying true to your purpose as you live to inspire. You will face challenges. People will misunderstand your intentions. Some will take advantage of your kindness. You'll grow tired when you feel unnoticed. Remember, you're not doing this for applause. You're doing this because it is right. Because someone once inspired you, and now it's your turn to pass it on. Stay true to your purpose by reconnecting often with your why. Surrounding yourself with people who remind you who you are. Taking time to rest and renew your spirit. Inspiration flows best from a healthy, balanced soul. A life that echoes beyond you. At the end of your days, your wealth will fade. Your achievements will be forgotten by many. But the lives you touched, they will remember. When you choose to live to inspire, you build something that echoes in generations you may never meet. Your simple acts of love, service, and courage ripple outward. Your name may not be printed in history books, but your influence will be written on hearts. And that is a legacy worth living for. So today, choose to live for more than yourself. Live so that when people see you, they feel braver, kinder, more hopeful. Live so that your mistakes teach, your words heal, and your actions speak louder than your fears. Live to inspire others, not someday, but every day, because the world needs your light. Part 6C. Closing words, final reflection, and call to action, final reflection. The quiet power of a life well lived. Pause for a moment and look back at your life so far. Not at what you've owned, but at who you've lifted. Not at your trophies, but at the faces that light up when you walk in the room. This is the true measure of your life's impact. Billy Graham often reminded people that every life touches countless other lives, for better or worse. You may never stand on a stage or broadcast to millions, but your daily choices ripple through your family, your friends, your coworkers, your community. A word of encouragement can heal someone's loneliness. A moment of forgiveness can restore a broken relationship. A habit of honesty can inspire an entire workplace. Never underestimate the quiet power of a life well lived. The world is full of noise, yet it's hungry for people of substance. People who stand strong when storms rage. People who speak gently when others shout. People who live for something greater than themselves. This is your opportunity. Not someday, but right now, exactly where you are, with what you have. Recommit to your purpose every day. It is easy to lose focus when life gets busy. Responsibilities pile up, crises come uninvited, and the mission to inspire can feel buried under routine. But remember, this greatness is found in the ordinary. You inspire not by escaping life's pressures, but by facing them with grace, by laughing when it's hard, by forgiving when it's undeserved, by working diligently, speaking kindly, loving fearlessly. Recommit each morning. Today I will be a voice of hope. Today I will live honestly. Today I will listen deeply. Today I will look for the invisible needs around me and do something about them. One day becomes a week becomes a month, months become years. And in time, Your life becomes a light that guides countless others through darkness. Your unique voice matters. Sometimes people hold back because they believe they have nothing special to give. They think, who am I to inspire anyone? But remember, there are people who can hear your voice when they can't hear anyone else's. There are struggles you've faced that make you the perfect person to help someone walking that same road now. Your story, your real, imperfect, unfinished story, carries a unique power. Share it, live it boldly, be honest about where you've been and where you're going. Authenticity is more inspiring than perfection could ever be. Leave behind footprints of hope. When your life is over, your name may not appear in history books. But the people whose tears you wiped away, whose burdens you lightened, whose courage you restored, they will remember. They will tell others. And the circle widens. Live today in such a way that when people speak of you, they speak of kindness, courage, and faithfulness. Let them say, because they lived, I found strength to stand when I wanted to give up. This is the true measure of success. A call to action. Be the example the world needs. In closing, carry this truth with you. Your life preaches louder than any speech ever will. Be the example of patience in a hurried world. Be the example of generosity in a greedy world. Be the example of forgiveness in a resentful world. Be the example of love in a world so desperate for it. Don't wait for a perfect moment or a bigger platform. Your family is your platform. Your friendships are your stage. Your workplace, your neighborhood, your online circle, these are your mission field. Inspire with every choice, every word, every quiet act of courage. Your journey forward. As you step forward from today, ask yourself daily, who needs hope today? How can I show up better today? What can I do right now that will outlive me? Your answers, repeated daily, will build a life that echoes far beyond your time on earth. Closing words. You were born for more than just existing. You were born to be light in the darkness, salt in the bitterness, a steady hand when the world trembles. So live boldly, serve selflessly, love deeply, forgive quickly, speak kindly, stand firmly. And when you lay your head down each night, let your heart rest easy, knowing you lived not for yourself but for something greater. Live to inspire others every single day.